Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Dance Studio, where we bring you the latest news in a short and informative format, and of course, in the comfort of a studio. Now, in order to comply with the government's wishes, we here at Dance Studio have decided to self-isolate and to be working from home, which is why, as you can see, we are no longer recording the episodes in the studio, but are recording them in my living room. I'm sure by now everyone knows how tough the coronavirus fight has been. No one has had it tougher than the nurses did, fighting in the front lines against the virus. They have been working extremely hard to be helping the citizens of the world help tackle this extremely difficult time. Now, in order to give thanks to them, International Nurses Day happened only a few days ago, and the response the nurses received was extremely overwhelming, even receiving a special video call from the royal family in Britain, United Kingdom, England.
3 Australian nurses have received a call they'll never forget, the Duchess of Cambridge dialling in to say thank you. Healthcare workers around the world have been honoured on International Nurses Day, and Ben Avery reports from London.
For a family forced to be apart, it was a good reason to come together.
On this International Nurses Day,
thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you for everything you're doing.
A huge thank you from us all.
Warm words of support for hard-working nurses right around the world.
This is rather an important day.
Oh, it is. It's quite special, the International Nurses Day.
Yes, because they obviously had a very important part to play recently.
Still fighting the COVID-19 pandemic, nurses wore masks in the Bahamas and India, and there were questions about the virus to those in Australia.
We'd love to hear what it's like on the ground.
It's been as hectic as it has been around the world, I would say.
In the emergency department, obviously stepping up our protocols and guidelines.
Now, this is a tremendous feat. So grateful to the royal family who was able to take notice of the remarkable work being done around the world by the nurses. I would like to also extend my thanks to the nurses around the world. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have been able to come so far in the world during this extremely tough pandemic. I would like to thank the nurses for the amazing job that they have been doing. Not only the nurses, but the doctors as well, who have been doing some amazing work over the past few months fighting the coronavirus in the hospitals, which is amazing. Round of applause. Now, staying along the extremely positive news, Victoria has experienced its first week of some kind of freedom. Now, as some people saw in my previous video, the Victorian government has decided to ease some of the stay-at-home restrictions so people can actually have a bit more freedom to wiggle around and actually do some activities and see friends and family. Many people around the state are able now to go and travel to see friends and family, and most importantly, they're able to do more outdoor activities with an extended group of people.
There have been hugs, kisses and beaming smiles as Melburnians were reunited with loved ones. Amid tears of joy, grandparents embraced their little loves after what felt like an eternity. They shared the special moment with Stephanie Anderson.
After weeks of only seeing each other on screens, this moment was unforgettable.
Who is it?
Who's it? Hey! Give me 5!
Yay!
Hello, how are ya?
The relaxing of restrictions giving families the chance to visit in person, grandparents the first in line to step out of isolation to see their taller, older and more grown-up grandkids after what feels like a lifetime.
How many weeks do you think?
28.
Carol and Greg Little drove from Ocean Grove to Officer to see Madison and Georgia, a welcome change from cards and catch-ups over FaceTime.
How hard has it been to not see the kids?
Very hard, but it's, yeah.
Social distancing and hygiene rules are still in place, and while the Chief Health Officer advised against hugs and kisses, he also conceded the final call is up to individuals.
Well, I know I was a bit naughty, but it was wonderful to give them a hug.
There's no stopping me for that quick little one. Just a quick little one.
Now, this would increase happiness much more around the state and slowly bring our state into a COVID-free society.
I'm so happy! Freedom! I can see friends! Oh my God, freedom! Yeah!
Now, this is fantastic. I've lived through the last week. I've gone out and done some activities. I've been able to go over to my friends and families to have some food, some dinner. We've been able to have a few drinks just to catch up and see what's been happening in the last few weeks. We've been able to play a few sporting activities. I was able to go out and play basketball, and this time not just playing by myself, I was actually able to bring out my friends and have like an actual proper game where I could actually pass to someone instead of passing to emptiness. Golf courses are now also reopened here in Victoria, with a limit of 10 people, but I don't think you would have more than 10 people playing at the same time in your group of party. So golf courses are now open. I can finally go out and swing my golf clubs a couple of times. You know, that's fun. I love a bit of golf. It's good to get out outdoors with your friends. But you can't stay over, so no sleepover parties. Not like I was ever invited to any sleepover parties. But the good thing is you are able now to be able to make a physical connection. Obviously, still maintaining some social distancing rules. You know, not like full on yet. We're still trying to get slowly to that 100% COVID-free society. This is just the beginning. We're at about maybe 10% at the moment, so that's okay. We're slowly getting there. But hopefully over the weekend we can see some more improvements. They said that this is going to take us to June, so maybe we can keep going with the work that we're doing already. Thanking the nurses that the amazing work that they still continuing to do. Victoria is still rolling out those mobile test sites for coronavirus. So again, if you're feeling unwell, it's probably best to go and get yourself tested. We're slowly getting there. Everybody's working together. We're all toughening out together. So I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. We're getting there. We're going to become better, you know. Oh, and also on another note, non-essential shopping is slowly opening up. I'm seeing stores in shopping centers, in malls. They're slowly opening up. They're all managing social distancing laws with a certain amount of customers that have to go in, maintaining a 1.5 meter distance. So that's good. There's a positive side. You can go out to Sephora and buy your makeup if you need to, girls. Guys, yeah, there's not much guys really need to buy. So as a constant reminder, I would like to remind everyone that the coronavirus is still a serious thing. We should be compliant with what the government is telling us, as social distancing continues to prove to be the #1 weapon against the virus. Now, we need to be understanding that the next couple of months are still going to be quite tough. I know it's getting better, but we still need to, you know, have that little more extra push to toughen out a little bit and to get it fully done. We're so close. We are so close. I can see the finish line. It's right ahead of me. I can grab it, but we're not just there yet. Remember to always avoid the crowded areas and to maintain a good level of hygiene. Always remember to wash your hands and wear face masks if you need to. Please remember to subscribe, punch that like button, and share our content, as we know it is still a tough time for everyone. Here at Dance Studio, we want to create entertaining content, lighthearted content for everyone to enjoy, especially in these tough times where we have a little bit more freedom, but we're still trying to coop ourselves inside to prevent a second wave of coronavirus to start. Now, I'm hoping everyone is still doing well. I'm your host, Dan. I'll see you guys on next week's episode. Goodbye.